Good morning. This is Lisa with Lux Perennials Nursery. I think you can say the garden is off to an amazing year. I'm going to talk about my favorite 7+7 this morning. That's the 7 long blooming, beautiful perennials that start in April or May. So they start early for perennials. And then 7 just drama queens that are amazing in this same time frame, April, May, that are just make your garden pop. Let's look. It couldn't be a more beautiful day and going to be a beautiful weekend. We're taking a look at some of the best long blooming perennials that start in April or May and bloom all through the season to the end of summer into early fall. So we're going to start with, you know it, my favorite, Geraniums. They bloom for 6 months. This one is totally tangerine. And here it's paired with another of our favorite 7. This is Dianthus sooty. Look at that beautiful smoky burgundy flower. And it's just starting to bloom, and it will just be this mass of burgundy next to the orange. Our next one is Centranthus rubor. And look at, isn't it beautiful? It's Jupiter's beard. Isn't it so pretty against the purple of the alliums and the iris? The wisteria is blooming right now, and so much in this other garden. I have 4 different colors of geum. There's this beautiful coral tempest. Don't confuse it with other corals that you might see around. This one really is, I think, the best one that you can find. Coral tempest, this gorgeous, deep, vivid coral. One of my best-selling ones, this is my best-selling plant actually. This is geum totally tangerine. Look at this beautiful light orange. Here's geum totally tangerine again. Isn't it just, it's vivid with these magenta peonies that are just about to open. And against these beautiful foxglove. Look at that great color. Great with pinks, purples, all kinds of things. The wisteria arbor is blooming. You can only really see it like this in May. So it's got another week or 2 before it's done. Beautiful allium gladiator, this deep purple bearded iris, this royal purple. Here's one of our other top 7 of long bloomers. This is wallflower bulls mauve. It's evergreen, blooms for 5+ months. Isn't it a great contrast and beautiful color combination with our geum over here? That's coral tempest again against this beautiful deep purple iris. And then foxgloves everywhere. This is one of the 7 that's kind of doesn't bloom as long, but just makes a dramatic statement in a May garden. And we've just let them self-seed. Foxgloves are biennials, so they will have leaves the first year, flowers second year. All of the foxglove we're selling at the nursery right now are second year, so they're all gonna flower. And then if you look, just a sea of foxglove. And then in the distance, this beautiful Weigela shrub blooming in pink with burgundy leaves, a great backdrop, you know, most of the year, but beautiful pink against that purple iris. For drama, one of my dramatic 7, this is Rheum, R-H-E-U-M, or ornamental rhubarb. It has these huge architectural leaves, and they just make a stunning statement for 9-10 months of the year. And then in May, they send up, April, May actually, they send up these beautiful flower stalks, which are just fading now, but they are so striking in the garden and make such a statement. I've got quite a few of them in different places. Here's another one over here. Beautiful, tall, and blooming in April, May. One of my favorite color combinations is to take a hot, dark pink, pair it with purple, which is this purple Geranium roseanne. That's one of our other big 7, blooms for 5 months. And pair it with this beautiful Centranthus, or Jupiter's beard, Pretty Betsy. And then put in some pops of orange. Look at that orange and pink and purple together. Such a pretty combo. And then we've got that beautiful smoky dark Sweet William, Dianthus sooty, that makes such a great combination with these also. You might have a lot of rhododendron blooming in your garden right now. I know we do, and these deep kind of raspberry pink and red, as well as a dark pink up front. And so what we put with it as a little contrast in shape and texture is, yes, the Jupiter's beard, Pretty Betsy again, but look at all of those blooms on it. It just loves it here in combination with that rhododendron, some purple allium and wallflower behind it, so you get a little purple for contrast. And then you kind of scan through this bed and you have even more of it. A little more purple with wallflower, more of this Jupiter's beard, and such a pretty backdrop with the rhododendrons. What a nice combination of that vertical purple, the Jupiter's beard, and the rhododendron. And this Jupiter's beard, Pretty Betsy in the beautiful pink. Also, we have it in white. You almost never see it in white, but isn't it pretty there mixed in with all the others, and some of the burgundy Japanese maple in the background. Here's another look in a different part of the garden. Yes, I use this Jupiter's beard Pretty Betsy in so many places because of that vibrant raspberry pink and this purple wallflower again. But look at the foxglove. Wow. As I said, we just let it seed, and isn't it gorgeous in purples and creams and apricot. We have lots of different colors of foxglove at the nursery. Another example of a great combination of the Geraniums. This is totally tangerine, and the Jupiter's beard. But look at the backdrop behind it. That's actually a penstemon, which doesn't bloom until summer. But because it has this beautiful deep burgundy foliage, look how it makes the pinks and the oranges just pop. What great contrast and a combination. Let's talk geraniums. It's just starting to bloom, but this beautiful geranium Roseanne, which is a perennial geranium, so it comes back every year, super reliable. I have 100 of them in the garden if I have one, because soon it will be covered in these beautiful purple flowers, just creating these sweeps of purple all through the garden. Of the 400 varieties of geranium, I actually think this is literally the best one there is. Easy to grow and long blooming, 5 months starting in May. But we've got some other varieties of geraniums that are super cute also, and also long blooming. There's that wallflower again and the geum right behind it, but this is geranium Vision Light Pink. Look at the finely cut foliage. It's just a great texture, and that foliage is around for 9 months or so. Comes up pretty early in spring, and then starting in May you get these sweet light pink flowers. Great in a container or at the front of a border. It will starting to bloom now. It'll bloom through probably September, October, and then the leaves will turn burgundy in the fall. It's a great front of the border, a short perennial for your garden. One of the 7 more unusual ones for your garden is this echium. It's just starting to open now, so you're not getting the full benefit, but it's got these spires of raspberry pink. It's just this nice vertical spire of pink, which I love. You can see it right here. That's the shape of the plant. Raspberry pink flowers up and down that whole stalk very soon. Many of us have rhododendrons, azaleas, all kinds of things in our garden. What do you put with them to make them look even better? This is a beautiful coral azalea that I have, and it actually matches the color of the GM Coral Tempest, which is around the garden, which is pretty. But look at the wallflower with it. That just makes the combination. Isn't that a great combination of coral and purple? Another of my top 7 long blooming perennials that start early is Candy Tuft. And isn't it beautiful? Just smothered in white flowers, which it will hold for several months and then keep blooming sporadically through the summer. But it's evergreen, which makes it a really great plant to put in a short, maybe 12 inches tall front to border. And we also have a pink version of this, super cute, blooming in our garden. You can check it out, pink ice. Another great combination, I have these beautiful pink rhododendrons out front. Again, now pairing them with the Coral Tempest Geum, so you get that touch of orange, purple with the alliums. Alliums are beautiful this time of year, a great round purple shape to go in the garden. And look at these gorgeous apricot foxglove. We have a lot of different colors of foxglove, pink and purple, white, apricot, even a perennial foxglove that's coral comes back for a number of years, but I love the pink color of these. Let's get a little close up if we can without shading it too much. And it's got all these cute little polka dots inside, if it will focus, which it will not. And the bees love it. They go pop inside like a little house and then come back out after they've got their pollen. As we keep moving through the garden past these beautiful rhododendrons giving us so much color, geums with some nyphophia, some red hot poker coming through, and then we're back to another stand of this gorgeous apricot foxglove. Another plant I love this time of year, it's a shrub actually, not a perennial, is this weigela. And we have two sizes of it at the nursery. This one, spilled wine, 2 feet by 2 feet, keeps this really pretty rounded shape. But it has these beautiful burgundy kind of dark foliage for the whole season. So it's a great backdrop to other perennials. It gives you some nice color in a shrub, but it also has this beautiful hot pink flower in May. And there's a taller version too called Wine and Roses, 4 feet by 4 feet tall. And we also have those, really pretty against a fence. This is Catmint. This one is Cat's Pajamas. It's a short version. We also have the taller one, Six Hills Giant. And they're these beautiful purple spires. It's a great vertical form to pair with other different shaped perennials. But look at this vibrant purple. And the bees are already all over it this morning. Really, really beautiful in the garden or in containers. We have all of those great plants I talked about available in the nursery. It's going to be a great weekend. I'll show you a couple others before we're done. A little bonus plant, many of you may know camas. This is a native, and it will make a little colony. It has these kind of strappy grass-like foliage, but this sweet purple flower blooms right about now. So pretty in the garden. You saw the allium in the garden. You'll often find bees just sleeping on them. Bees, butterflies, pollinators love allium. It's a great thing this time of year. We have these beautiful big purple ones like you saw earlier in the video. What I don't quite have in the garden yet though is there's pink alliums. Aren't they fun? I've always wanted to really get a pink allium. We have a number of different varieties of alliums at the nursery for you to check out. Not many left. We'll probably be done by this weekend or the next weekend, so come check these out. And finally, peonies. They're just starting to bloom in the garden. We've got a little bit blooming up here at the nursery. I love this beautiful deep pink color of Paula Fay, and we have a fragrant one also called Sarah Bernhardt. The delphiniums are just starting in the garden, so not a lot to show you there yet, but we've got them in the nursery also. Lots of buds on them ready to bloom, and deep purple and creamy whites and pinks. These are great when you combine them with peonies, a beautiful combination. That's it. Thanks for watching. It's a beautiful morning, going to be a beautiful weekend here at the nursery and the garden. Hope to see you out here this weekend. Enjoy your garden. I know I love mine.